Hey there, Bible buddies. So I've got another Bible review for you today. I guess it's not really technically another Bible review. This is just a different portion of the Bible review. So I wanted to do a separate video for the Masonic helps at the beginning of this Bible, just so you guys could see what's in there and kind of make a judgment call for yourself if you think that there's anything goofy or crazy. I certainly haven't taken the time to read through it. I have too many editions of God's Word that I would rather read, certainly over some Masonic helps. So you guys can kind of, again, make that call for yourself. I have seen a couple things just flipping through it that are kind of concern. And if I see them again as I'm flipping through, I'll call them out. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of read to you what I see and that sort of thing, and maybe point out a couple interesting things here and there as far as I can tell. If you guys, I'm going to try and flip through it slow enough so you guys can actually pause it and maybe read. Hopefully this video will be good enough for you guys to read if you see anything of interest. But if you guys see if you do see anything very interesting, please, I ask that you would comment them down below, so that way everybody can kind of be on the same page, and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and go through it. Now, I've already reviewed the Bible, so if you guys are interested just in a normal review of my normal kind of Bible video review things, look up here. I'm going to put a card, and so you guys can click on that and see the normal review for it. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it, kind of pick up where I left off before. Hey, so we have this presentation page here, and it says brother. And then it has been filled out with May 3rd, 1965, it looks like. And then we flip that, and we see a page for signatures, fellow candidates, and then visiting brethren and friends. And we'll see a whole bunch of pages for this additional information. So I'm assuming that's a big thing with Freemasons. I don't know. I'm not a Freemason, never have been, don't claim to be. Another page for that. And then we have our presentation page. I guess this is the official one. So you have presented to brother, and then it's got his information, and then I guess the information for the lodge that they were part of, and then the other members of the lodge that kind of signed off on that. You have dates on which degrees were conferred, the Lodge of Perfection, and etc. I don't know what any of this means, so it is what it is. And here we get into it. So with the Freemason, the whole crux to Freemasonry is that they were formed or kind of got their beginnings in the building of Solomon's Temple. So you're going to see a lot of Solomon's Temple iconography throughout this sort of thing. So I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. And obviously some of this stuff is going to be biblical, certainly, like you can get Solomon's temple's measurements out of the Bible and those sorts of things. Now, you got to be careful not to overextend that, what that means, Let's go ahead and take a look at this image. It says, "Let there be light," with, I guess, their version of a menorah. And their Freemason, I even forget what it's called. the compass, I guess. Compass and rule. Now we have a title page here, and it does say Masonic Edition, Temple Illustrated Pronouncing the Holy Bible, the Great Light in Masonry. I have some additional information there, which is interesting because this almost makes you think that this is like a kind of the introduction page to the Bible, which obviously this is not. This is the introduction page to the helps. So it's interesting how they try and kind of make it look like that. I don't see the reason to do that, but that's on them. Here's some copyright information. And the Masonic Creed across the way. And the Words of a Great Masonic Divine by R.W. and Reverend Joseph Fort Newton. The Bible in Masonry. And then it just has a little thing there. I don't know that I'm going to be able to go page by page like this, but I'll certainly stop on every page. You guys might have to zoom in or watch it on a TV or something to get it big enough to be able to read. Hopefully you can read it from kind of this distance. There's the rest of that article. Then we have another article, The Meaning of Masonry, The Tradition of Solomon, The Tabernacle in the Wilderness, The Bible in Masonry, Master Builders, Materials for the Tabernacle, Value of the Materials, How the Materials were Acquired, Architecture of the Tabernacle, the Court of the Tabernacle, the Altar of Burnt Offering, the Brazen Laver, the Sanctuary in the Tabernacle, the Holy Place, the Altar of Incense, the Golden Candlestick, the Table of Showbread, the Most Holy Place, the Ark of the Covenant, King Solomon's Temple and Citadel, Location of the Temple, Materials for the Temple, How the temple materials were acquired, value of materials and cost of construction, cooperation of allied nations, Solomon, king of Israel. Workmen at the temple. Architecture of the temple. King Solomon's palace and citadel, King Solomon's palace and citadel. The banquet hall in the palace of the queen, the porch of pillars, the porch of judgment, the house of the forest of Lebanon, the inner court of the temple, the altar of burnt offering, the lavers, the great porch, the 2 pillars of brass, the treasure room, the chambers round about the temple, the holy place. Now, if you notice, there are plate references. Plates typically mean like prints, so there should be some illustrations towards the back that'll be numbered. They do give verse references as well here at the end of each section. The most holy place, the temple in early Masonry, the temple and eternity, medieval history and legend, the Bible and early Masonry, the church and the Bible, the letter and the word, operative to speculative, the Bible and the temple, models of the temple, Solomon's temple spiritualized, antiquarians and Freemasons, Grand Lodge Masonry, concerning God and religion, the Great Light in Masonry, opening and closing the lodge, along with additional, I'm assuming, different things that they go through in their ceremonies, right? So you have the ceremony, the Tyler, consecration, the visitor, the first master craftsman, confusion in the craft, self-support, widows and orphans, glory and beauty of the day, the daily wage, the lodge, before the throne, dew of Herman, labor and refreshment. And you have the preparation room, which says the candidate, clothing, fatherhood of God, cable tow, and races of men. And level of equality, childlike attitude. Then you have the next session is initiation, first degree, first section. And then the associated subsections there. Hopefully you guys can read this. It says first degree, second section. Passing second degree, first section. Second degree, second section, middle chamber lecture. Raising third degree, first section. Then we get to another section and it says 160 questions and answers pertaining to the symbolism of Masonry and its connection with the Bible. I'm assuming if you look at the little timeline down here, you're probably going to see a little uptick during this part of the video. So I'll go ahead and flip through it. If I see anything, I'll call it out. Otherwise, again, you guys are more than welcome to pause, zoom in, try and read it for yourself, that sort of thing. If you guys have any specific questions, I will not be reselling this edition. Any of the heretical texts I have or the cult texts that I have, I plan on keeping them, and I have specific instructions for my family to burn them or destroy them once I'm gone. Obviously, unless maybe my son gets involved with studying these things as well, then he's certainly free to keep them. But otherwise, they're just going to be destroyed. So if you do have a question concerning any of this stuff, and I'm available to answer it and kind of dig through the text, certainly post them down below, and I'll kind of dig up any question you might have on the text. Not as far as interpretation goes, I can't help you there. But if you just need something kind of some clarity on like what a section says, let me know, and I could respond if needed. It just appears to be in alphabetical order here with numbers assigned to it. Now I know in Freemasonry there's a little bit of numerology that goes on. So I'd be interested to see if any of these numbers correlate with anything. like number 32, right? Clay ground, number 33 cord. And you can see everything here is kind of explained, and then they do give verse references at the end of each explanation there. Here's a section on Master Builder. Nebuchadnezzar. A section on the philosophy of Masonry. And the wages of a Master Mason. Then you have here index of curious facts, and there's a bunch of verse references, and then there's different things for like Ada aeroplane for some reason. I'd be curious how they can get an aeroplane out of Isaiah 31:5. Maybe I'll have to look that up in a minute. Balaam's donkey talks, the druggist, apothecary, frying pan. I don't know why that would be a curious fact, but if you're privy to Freemasonry stuff, maybe that makes sense to you. Iron swims, Martha, just different things. And the list continues here. Then you have a blank sheet, and it gets into more articles here. You have the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite, and it's labeled a 4th degree secret master. Then you have 5th degree perfect master, 6th degree intimate secretary, 7th degree provost and judge, 8th degree intendant of the building, 9th degree master-elect of 9 NJ Elu and the 9 SJ, 10th degree elect of 15 NJ Elu of the 15 SJ. And it says 11th degree sublime master-elect NJ Elu of the 12 SJ. Then you have 12th degree Grand Master Architect NJ, Master Architect SJ. 13th degree Master of the 9th Arch NJ, Royal Arch of Solomon SJ. 14th degree Grand Elect Mason NJ, Prefect or Perfect Elu SJ. 15th degree, did we see 14th? I read 14th. So 15th degree Knight of the East or Sword NJ, Knight of the East SJ. Sixteenth degree Prince of Jerusalem, 17th degree Knight of the East and West, 18th degree Knight of the Rose Crew, or Croy, Croy maybe, of HRDMNJ, Knight Rose Croy, I'm not sure, SJ. Should have taken some French, probably would have helped me out. Funny, there's a little note here, penalties of false worship. Nineteenth degree Grand Pontiff NJ, Pontiff SJ. 20th degree, Master ad Vitam, NJ, Master of the Symbolic Lodge, SJ. 21st degree, Patriarch Noachite, I guess, NJ, Noachite, or Prussian Knight, SJ. 22nd degree, Prince of Libanus, NJ, Knight of the Royal Axe, or Prince of Libanus, SJ. 23rd degree, Chief of the Tabernacle. Let me pause a little longer on that. Twenty-fourth degree, Prince of the Tabernacle. 25th degree, Knight of the Brazen Serpent. 26th degree, Prince of Mercy. 27th degree, Commander of the Temple, NJ, Knight Commander of the Temple, SJ. 28th degree, Knight of the Sun. 29th degree, Knight of St. Andrew. 30th degree, Grand Elect Knight Kadosh, or Knight of the White and Black Eagle, NJ, Knight Kadosh, I'm not sure, SJ. 31st degree, Grand Inspector, Inquisitor Commander, NJ, Inspector Inquisitor, SJ. 32nd degree, Sublime Prince, oh goodness, of the Royal Secret, NJ, Master of the Royal Secret, SJ, Sublime Prince. Then we get to the end of that section, and then we have the Bible and King Solomon's Temple in Masonry. And so this is the illustrated portion. So we're going to have some text here and then also some illustrations. This paper here is a very thick coated paper, as opposed to the Bible paper before. And here's a list of the illustrations if you guys are interested. And a little article on how the pictures were obtained. Another little article on the Bible and King Solomon's Temple and Masonry, and then acknowledgments with an illustration there. We have our first illustration there, which is Restoration of King Solomon's Temple by John Wesley Kelchner. That's the front elevation. There's a couple more illustrations. King Solomon's Temple, view from the northeast corner. Plate 6, and you can notice there again, they're labeled plate 6. Exterior of the house of the Forest of Lebanon. Interior of King Solomon's Palace banquet scene, King Solomon's Temple and Citadel. Some more illustrations there. Hopefully the camera's picking them up enough for you. Then we have the East Gate, King Solomon's Temple. Israel encamped round about the tabernacle in the wilderness of Sinai. Great porch of the temple, King Solomon's Temple. King Solomon's treasure room. Not sure how they would know that. The holy place, King Solomon's Temple. Most holy place, King Solomon's Temple. Bird's eye view, King Solomon's Temple and Citadel. And the Porch of Judgment on the opposite side. And the very end of it, this is what it ends with. Right before the biblical text. This is what they thought to put in front of the biblical text, what they felt had the most importance. And then this is the Bible. So this would be where the biblical review that I left up here. Maybe I'll post another card. This is where the normal review for the Bible picks up. So certainly you guys are free to make your own judgments about what was included in here. It appeared to me that a lot of it was Bible verses, or maybe hopefully based on Bible verses. I don't know. I don't know. I'm certainly not going to take the time to read through it as thoroughly as probably some of you will. And that's kind of cool. If you guys want to take the time to read through it, you're more than welcome to. Again, leave some comments below. Let us know if you see anything kind of crazy or weird, anything like that. Certainly, just even the fact that this is emblazoned on the cover of a Bible is probably issue enough, let alone what may be in those pages. So, Bible buddies, if you see this video, that means I posted it. If you don't see this video, that means I didn't decide to post it, or I took it down after some time. Whatever. Either way, until next time, Bible buddies. Bye.